Storytime with Sam, 8 out of 12, August 22. So this is the 8th of 12 snippets into the life of a small accountancy practice owner. What did August 22 bring? It brought lots of support when a client left. So a couple of weeks ago I posted on LinkedIn all about losing my first client after nearly 3 years of running my own practice. The post had near to 40,000 views and it had many comments from other accountants who were reminiscing of what it was like when they received their first professional clearance and first lost a client. There were also a lot of comments from well-established firms that have been in business many years, and a lot of those accountants were saying they still take it personally, they still feel emotional about losing clients. So it was a really interesting post and it really helped me putting that post online and reading through all the comments to learn about the experience of other practice owners. So I wanted to focus on this subject for my video this month because shortly after posting about the first client leaving, I lost another client. This time it was mainly down to price. The new accountant came in much cheaper than me and was also able to refer more work for the client, so I can appreciate the reasons behind that client leaving. I think it is always a good idea to ask why a client has left. I did that with the first client that left, but I think I did it in the wrong order. So I replied to the initial email from the client saying, do you mind me asking why you're leaving? And then obviously I went through the formalities with them and disengaged and sent professional clearance. With the second client that left, and I think this was the right way around to do it, which did come from one of the comments on the LinkedIn post, so again I've learned something here, was that I did professional clearance, I did the disengagement, thanked the client for their business, all of that, and then sent another email saying, would you mind me asking why you chose to leave, so that I can learn and develop my firm and see if there's anything that we can do differently in future to provide a better service to clients. And you know, the reply was lovely, said everything's been spot on, but that another accountant had been found who was cheaper and who could refer more work, which is fair enough. So the comments of support that I got on the LinkedIn post really proved a couple of things to me. Firstly, that we really are in this together. Life as a sole practitioner or a small accountancy firm owner can be very lonely at times, but there is such a network of accountants now who are happy to share their own experiences and happy to help others in practice succeed. So I would say if anyone's new to practice or anyone has just lost their first client, or anyone just fancies a look through those comments, it really is worth it. I've pinned it to the top of my LinkedIn profile so you can have a look. You can have a look through if it's of interest to you. The second thing that was proved to me from this post was that clients will come and go, and that's okay. It's not always reflective of your own service offerings. There'll always be a cheaper accountant out there. If one of your clients decides to go and find a cheaper accountant, they will be able to find one. Be it that sometimes that will mean that the service offering looks very different, they will be able to find a cheaper accountant. Obviously sometimes that could be location based or purely down to different pricing structures of other firms. But there will also sometimes be a better fit out there for one of your clients, and we have to respect the client's opinion on that. At the end of the day, we got the client because they thought that we would be a good fit for their business, and vice versa. We obviously thought that they'd be a good fit as a client or we wouldn't have taken them on. But in the same breath, you have to then appreciate that sometimes a client will come across a new accountant and think that's a better fit. Whatever the reason is, we have to respect the client's opinion on that. So I'll finish this video by saying that in the time frame that I lost those 2 clients, I also gained 3 new ones. So don't dwell on the loss of a client, do the right thing by them, let them leave with everything that they need, make sure that you leave the door open. If it's a client that you would take back on, if they choose to come back, then make sure everything's left in a way that that would be a comfortable position for the client to come and approach you again if they chose to in future. And then really just enjoy the excitement of being able to fill the gap that that ex-client left with a brand new client. Have a lovely month everyone, and I will see you in September.